Namaste and welcome back to Timeless Echoes, Wisdom of the Vedas.
Brought to you by Namaskar America.
Ever feel like you're on this treadmill?
Yeah.
Like always running towards the next thing?
Yeah.
Gotta get that promotion or buy that house, and then you'll finally be happy.
Right.
Well, today we're diving deep into an idea that kind of flips that whole script on its head.
Oh.
It's called Santosha.
Santosha?
Yeah, it's a Sanskrit word. So think of Santosha like contentment, but way more powerful.
Okay.
And in a world that's, totally obsessive of like always needing more and more and more,
Right.
how can this ancient wisdom actually help you out in your life today?
Yeah. Good question.
Well, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
So what's really interesting about Santosha is that it's not about just like giving up on your goals.
Right. Yeah. Not about being complacent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not saying, okay, I'm just going to accept everything good or bad and just exist.
Right. Yeah. The Vedas, these ancient texts, they actually paint a totally different picture.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So how would you describe it?
It's more about actively cultivating contentment.
Okay.
It's almost like a farmer tending their fields.
Okay.
There's constant effort, attention. Even when, things aren't perfect, there are setbacks, there are weather problems, you name it.
Right.
That's kind of like what Santosha is.
I like that analogy. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What does it look like in practice?
Well, one of the key things about Santosha is that it's not just about passively accepting whatever happens.
Okay, so it's not about resigning yourself to a bad situation.
No, not at all. It's about actively choosing gratitude and acceptance.
So it's more about shifting your perspective.
Exactly. And this is where the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali come in. Patanjali actually lists Santosha as one of the niyamas, which are ethical guidelines for living a fulfilling life.
Oh, interesting. So Santosha is seen as an essential part of spiritual growth.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating is that Patanjali doesn't present Santosha as something that just happens to you. He talks about it as something you cultivate through practice.
So it's an active process.
Yes, it's about making a conscious effort to shift your mindset from one of lack to one of gratitude.
That makes a lot of sense. But I think a lot of people might struggle with that, especially in our culture where we're constantly encouraged to strive for more.
Oh, absolutely. It goes against a lot of the messages we receive on a daily basis. But think about it this way. When you're focused on what you don't have, you're constantly chasing something that's always just out of reach.
That's true. And you're never really satisfied.
Exactly. But when you shift your focus to what you already have, you start to appreciate the abundance that's already present in your life.
And that can lead to a much deeper sense of contentment.
Precisely. And it doesn't mean we stop setting goals or striving for improvement.
Right. It's not about complacency.
No, it's about finding that balance between ambition and acceptance. It's about being content with where you are on your journey while still moving forward.
I like that. So it's about finding that sweet spot between striving and being present.
Yes, exactly. And one of the things Patanjali emphasizes is that contentment is not dependent on external circumstances.
So it's not about having a perfect life or achieving all your goals.
No, it's about finding that inner peace regardless of what's happening around you.
I keep thinking back to that word active. That really resonates with me because it's not passive.
Yeah.
And it makes total sense to me because, like, haven't we all felt that pressure? Like,
Totally.
you got to achieve this, you got to get that thing, you got to get recognized for this, and then you'll be content.
Oh, for sure.
But that's not really how it works, is it?
No, and that's a really key point, So many of us, we're always chasing this external validation.
Right. Always looking outside of ourselves.
To validate. But the Vedic perspective is like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
True contentment, it comes from within.
Yeah.
It comes from recognizing the abundance that you already have, both within yourself and in the world around you.
And how do we actually apply this?
Well, good question.
I mean, like, let's say I miss a big deadline at work.
Yeah.
Or, a relationship ends really unexpectedly. Finding gratitude in those moments seems really tough.
Right. It's not always easy. But it's not about ignoring the negative either.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that even amidst those challenges,
Yeah.
there are things to be grateful for, maybe even in those challenges.
So it's like shifting your perspective.
Exactly. It's a shift in mindset. So maybe you learn a valuable lesson from missing that deadline.
Right.
Or the difficult relationship. Maybe it helped you grow in ways you never expected.
I see.
And this really powerful quote.
Oh.
It says, "Contentment is the highest wealth. Even amidst the storms of life, it's the anchor that keeps us grounded."
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, isn't it?
Definitely makes you think.
And what I think is interesting is that Santosha,
Yeah.
it's not about arriving at this, like, perfect state of bliss.
Right, it's not a destination.
Yeah. It's a journey. It's a lifelong practice. Okay.
Of nurturing this really positive, balanced relationship with life.
With all its ups and downs.
Exactly, as it unfolds, kind of like that farmer we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Always tending, always learning.
Exactly.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Santosha, here's something to think about.
Okay.
If you were to really embrace this active type of Santosha, how could that change things for you? Like your approach to work, your relationships, even how you define success?
That's a great question.
Until next time, keep diving, keep seeking, and maybe that inner peace won't feel so far out of reach.
I like that. I like that a lot.
All right, see you next time.
Yeah.